this was up in the north of the country, I guess pretty predictably because it's closer to the Eritrean border. And I mean, it was a remarkable scene. 100 people a day, on average, come through that. It's where all the Eritrean refugees are processed, and they range from, you know, the very, very young, still clinging to their mother's skirts, up to the middle-aged. I say the very young clinging to their mother's skirts. There's a remarkable thing when you go to the camp, that reception centre, when you go to the camps where people are settled, 1 in 5 of the children who cross the border do so unaccompanied. Many of them, we found out, don't even tell their parents that they're leaving. It is a heart-rending scene. And as you mentioned in your introduction, a lot of people say that they're leaving either what they're already in, which is this military service, which they fear is indefinite, or the prospect of that. That's why a lot of the kids leave. And we met one man, he was still in his combat fatigues, and he bolted from his post just 2 days before.
I came looking for a better life, to work to support my family. I could not stand the economic hardship.
The people you were serving with, how long had they been in national service?
وتعدر أقلقلت قدم أبو جناحوني مالد 10 عامات كون على هذا قبر له.
Well, 20 years, some of them, and some even more than that.
So is that what you were afraid of, that you might have to stay for 10, 20 years?
That is true.
When you decided to make the journey, how did you do it?
It was during the day, at noon. And the sun was hot, and the soldiers who were guarding that station were under the shade, and the others were in.
Okay, so you waited. Most people travel at night, but you decided to go right in the heat of the day.
Oh, أنا جدا. معلش أنت أوروبا أنت تتحجى عمتاتي كيسر.
Of course, I was scared. If I was caught, I could imagine that I would be thrown to jail for many, many years.
There was a soldier who'd just crossed the border, and I should say, you may have noticed I didn't give his name. None of the people that we spoke to at the reception centre or the one of the refugee camps asked that we use their names because they're terrified about what might happen to family members back home.
What happens to those refugees, team? What's their future like? Do they have any plans whatsoever?
Well, it varies. I mean, you know, a lot of them do stay in Ethiopia, particularly the families. Some of them have been there for years. The problem is that Ethiopia, like many poorer host countries around the world, they won't let refugees take on full open employment because they're worried about unemployment for their nationals. So, you know, they can work in the informal sector, but it's not a great life. So a lot of them, they say that they hope that they will be resettled in a third country, but a lot of them also take the immense gamble, the biggest of the lot, which is to cross Sudan, cross Libya, and try and cross the Mediterranean Sea and get to Europe. And of course, it's an incredibly perilous journey that many of them do not make. Right. And I should say, by the way, sorry, forgive me for interrupting you, very rude, there's plenty more on NewsHour later in the day.
Thank you very much. That's the BBC's Tim Franks, and be sure to join him on NewsHour later.